I sent the hand chainsaw thing back, and I bought this, the Samurai Ichiban, I think's how you say it. Pretty highly rated online and stuff, which doesn't really mean anything, but I just used it to cut a small limb and was just stunned. I mean, it just shredded the limb, like ripped right through it, cut it in like 3 strokes, and it was like maybe a 2-inch limb. So it's really, really, really sharp. So I'm gonna fire it up on this. I tried cutting this with my hand chainsaw and got probably about 1/4 of the way through it, and I just kept getting stuck and gave up. So we'll see how it does with this. Okay guys, settle in, we're gonna be here for a while. No, it's not that bad, but the speed at which this saw cuts does kind of dissipate once it starts getting into thicker wood. It's like it really quickly goes into the wood, then it just kind of slows down, because this is probably a 10 or 11-inch log I think I was trying to cut, and I spent probably about 10 minutes altogether cutting it, and it was 1/4 of the way cut from the bottom with the chainsaw. And I probably spent 15 or 20 minutes to do that. I mean, I remember just because, you know, the hand chainsaw kept getting stuck. In the video review I did of that hand chainsaw, a lot of people were telling me it was because the limbs were actually pinching the blade, but I can promise you they weren't. Oftentimes I'm cutting from below and the actual weight of the limb should be separating it, like this one I'm doing right now. It would get stuck way, 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 way before the limb was actually pinching or moving, anything like that. I am guaranteeing you 100% for sure that that was not why that got stuck. I think the reason why it got stuck is just a piece of crap. I bought the cheaper one, it was like $15, whereas like a more expensive one, I think the actual Nordic pocket saw, that was $40. It has blades on every single link of the chain, whereas this one had blades on like every 4 links. And I think it was asking like that one blade, you know, since it was like doing way more cutting per pressure on each little square, you know, blade, it was getting like stuck, you know, it dive in too deep basically. I bet you the $40 Nordic chainsaw does a lot better job, but I'm probably not going to buy one now. I'm really happy with this saw. So right now I can tell you that this Ichiban saw, it is not a replacement for a chainsaw. If you have something that's this big, I mean, you can cut it with this, but again, it's not gonna just like magically cut it. You know, you're not gonna just go through it without even thinking. It's really, really, really good for 4, 5, maybe even 6-inch type limbs and logs. And when you get into these tree trunks, I don't think there's anything that's really going to replace a chainsaw. Maybe like one of the, I don't know, huge crosscut saws. But there are so many advantages to this saw over what I've been carrying around with me for years when I needed to cut something in the woods, which was a bow saw. It's faster than the bow saw for sure. It's got better ergonomics. The handle's comfortable. You don't have the actual bow part that, you know, so now it's much easier to kind of fit in places. It didn't seem to get stuck as much. It cuts both directions, but you know, you don't have to put a whole lot of effort into the cuts, I think, because it's so sharp. So compared to the bow saw, which was like a Fiskars, you know, I don't know, 12-inch or 14-inch bow saw, whatever the standard bow saw. I gotta look that up real quick. Wow, the bow saw I've been carrying around is 21 inches. And that thing was just a real big hassle to carry on a bike ride, because you had to have some sort of like teeth protector to snap onto it. And I always lost that thing. And it didn't really fit in any kind of bag. And I tried to carry it on my shoulder, but that was stupid and didn't really work. So it was just a really difficult saw to carry around. Whereas this one is so easy, just you could carry it on a bike in about 20 different ways. Very, very easy to carry, very light. Really getting close. I think it's oh, my butt. Okay, almost there. Ah, all right. I think I managed to cut it in a place where I can't ride over it. This is the kind of thing this saw's made for. It'll go through this stuff like crazy fast. And it's so, like how, that's crazy. I mean, it's like so easy. Don't follow me. Okay. That's one I need to cut. I'm not just cutting limbs for fun here. I'm cutting ones that are blocking the trail. So in conclusion, I've just got to say that this Samurai Ichiban saw is probably one of the finest, like mountain bike saws I could think of to carry. It works super good. It's $30, so it's not that expensive. Cuts really fast, easy to carry. There's really no downsides to it. Just don't expect it to replace a chainsaw and cut down, giant, tree limbs and logs, giant deadfall across the trail. It's going to take you a while with this. See ya.